I'll be guiding you through my original presentation on the topic of the fear of being average. First of all, I'll share with you my story of being ordinary. I'll continue by elaborating on how this double-edged fear drives us and how I overcame that period at the second point. To finish, I'll give you some advice at the redefining achievement and overcoming mediocrity part. Is anyone else deathly scared of being average? It's also my biggest fear, just living a normal life. But today I want to share some insights on how to overcome this fear. Now let's move on to the first part. Do you fear being normal? Normal, ordinary, average, and mediocrity are all relative terms. It means fearing that your life is mundane and unremarkable, lacking significance and meaning. Surely everyone has experienced that moment when you suddenly realize you're no longer the person you used to be, that the aura you once carried has faded. I felt that too, not just once, but many times. Now, I want to tell you about the period that changed me the most. Middle school was an incredibly glorious period for me. I continuously ranked first even in the entire school, and I opened my high school years with an achievement that many others at that time dreamt of, being among the top students with the highest entrance exam scores. But life isn't a dream, everyone. Just 1 month after entering the high school, I got into a traffic accident and had to be hospitalized for 1 month. When I returned to school, I had fallen behind in almost every subject. My semester grade was terrible. From someone who was always number 1, I completely became average, and I couldn't accept the idea of becoming just like everyone else. I kept wondering, is my life really going to stay like this forever? Will I never stand out again? That difficult time led me to a deeper understanding of fear, which brings us to the second part, how fear drives us. 2. How this double-edged fear drives us. Look at the screen. You see 2 thumbs with opposite expressions, right? One looks happy and the other seems sad. But they're actually the same thumb. The difference lies in how we choose to look at it. Fear works the same way. It has 2 sides, positive and negative. On the negative side, it can overwhelm you, make you compare yourself with others, and push you into self-doubt. It can destroy you. But on the positive side, it can push you to reflect on who you are, what you're missing, and what you can improve. Moreover, if you look at the ordinary phase of life with optimism, it is actually a resting point where you prepare for a more brilliant chapter. When you realize you've fallen behind, instead of blaming yourself, you can flip the problem. Regard the fear as a reward to acknowledge to yourself, to enhance something, instead of staying at one seat. When you think about it this way, it doesn't hold you back anymore. It actually encourages you to begin your own journey to grow. So where does the growth journey begin? Not with big achievements, but with the persistence to take steps that most people never notice. For example, let's turn back to the rest of my story. During my 3 years of high school, when I felt the most ordinary, others seemed naturally talented or recognized, so I was burnt out. Accidentally, someone gave me a piece of advice. If you fall behind, run faster, stay persistent, and you will reach the finish line. So I felt like I had to work twice as hard just to catch up. Then I started taking consistent steps, studying far more than my classmates, earning language certificates, building practical skills, joining volunteer activities, and eventually moving from a regular member to the leader of my high school's club. Even though none of that brought me instant recognition, in the end, all of it built the foundation for who I am today. 3. Redefining achievement and overcoming mediocrity. From that, I realized that the best version of yourself isn't the one who stands at the top. It's the one who dares to face themselves honestly, dares to trust their own pace, and refuses to stop improving. To do that, so instead of chasing perfection, focus on moving forward, even if the progress is small. If you feel lost or invisible right now, don't give up. Start again, no matter how small the first step may be. Being ordinary is not a life sentence. It's simply a reminder that you still have room to grow into someone you'll be proud of. Subsequently, don't let the fear of being average chain you. Let it guide you. In the end, it's not titles or rankings that define you. What truly matters is how you live and how you keep moving forward. And sometimes the moment you stop trying to prove that you're different is exactly when you become extraordinary. Well, this brings me to the end of my presentation. Before I stop, let me go over the main points again. First, accept the fear of being average because the ordinary phase is a period that allows you to prepare and get ready to rise. Second, everything has two faces. If you choose to look at the negative side of burdens, you'll always be destructive. So fear of mediocrity can guide you if used positively, and that allows transformation to begin with consistent steps. Third, the best version of yourself comes from continuous growth, progress over perfection, and how you live and keep moving forward. Theodore Roosevelt once said, "Comparison is the thief of joy." So instead of comparing yourself to others, just compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Focus on your own growth, and everything you need will follow